This guy came from a broken family, divorced. My out was the Army because I had a 1.8 GPA. So Jesus Guerra came and recruited me, and I was not a good athlete. So I can't get a full ride scholarship because I never disciplined myself to play sports, even though I was in shape, even though I was tall, right? So I go into the Army. I'm going to do 20 years. Then I go into 20 years. I get a phone call. A guy challenges me named Kogan, says, I think you can do more when you get out of the Army. I said, dude, I'm not getting out. I'm re-enlisting tomorrow. He calls me at midnight. Kogan Alaverdian, one of my best friends in the world. Sweetest guy. You've never met him. You'll meet him. You'll love this guy. So I go to sleep, try to go to sleep. I wake up in the morning, go to Lieutenant Colonel Peacocks, and I say, listen, I'm going to get out of the Army because I'm going to go pursue my dreams. But thank you for everything you got me. Everything he got that I wanted on my orders, he got me. Till today, I'm looking for Lieutenant Colonel Peacocks. He probably ended up being a general because the guy was a G, he was a leader. I get out. I struggle. First business, fails. Second business, fails. I tried a personal profit portal, internet, fails. All these things I do fails. I'm working at Bally's. I quit my job to try to do a business. I'm in debt $49,000. I go back to recruiting to say, if I go back into the Army, what would I get? Negotiations come in because there's a part of it that can pay off your debt if you sign in for 6-8 years. I'm like, that's great. I'll go back into the Army. Then I get this one message saying, hang in there. See what happens. Little bit longer. Hang in there. Little bit longer. I hang in there. I applied to get a job at Morgan Stanley Deanwood. I applied 100 different places. I was hustling to get a resume in. I eventually got the job. They offered me 3 jobs. I went in without a 4-year degree, 2-year degree. I hadn't taken a test for 3 years because 4 years I've gone out. I don't know what it is to take a test for 4 years, right? My brain's not been working with tests. My brain's been working with push-ups, pull-ups, all that stuff. I go take the Series 7 exam. I'm studying day and night. I don't know if I'm going to pass this. I'm taking a test. I press that button. You don't know what's going to happen. Morgan fires you if you don't pass the test. And when I'm pressing it, I said, if I fail, I'm re-enlisting to the Army today. I swear to God. And I press, boom, 30-second pause. It's a 6-hour test. Dude, I can't even tell you what my exam. I was in Culver City. I take the test December 12th of 01. So a couple months after 9/11. Result shows up, 78%. I said, no freaking way. 78%. Shit. I get to keep my job. So I go back and I show it to Morgan. I said, look, you got 70. I said, I got 78%. Damn, none of us thought you were going to get. I said, dude, Then I stay. I work my ass off. My dad has a heart attack. Rather than partying 5 days a week, I put my head into the books and I start reading. A girl the other night, we're having dinner and everybody's talking about their school. So I went to this school. I went to that school. And I'm just enjoying all the conversations because I got my MBA, I got my master's, I got my PhD. I'm like, freaking, this is all. I'm the last one. This is sick. So what school did you go to? I didn't go to college. No, come on, Pat. What's university? I'm telling you, I never went to college. I had a 1.8 GPA in high school. Community colleges wouldn't accept me. No way. You're too smart to not. Come on, what college? I said, I'm telling you, I read 2,000 business books and I studied topics. So if I chose a topic, I bought 20 books on that topic and I read just that topic, that subject for 2 months. Then I went to the next topic and the next. That's what I did. So some people who want to say the rich people have these special gifts and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, you just don't want to read books. You'd much rather watch Netflix. So that argument is, I believe anybody can reach their capacity. Anybody has that shot, but it takes so much freaking work, pain that not a lot of people want to go through. Don't get me wrong. Life happens to many different people. I'm not here to judge, but all I'm saying is the system of capitalism, the greatest system in the world that allows a guy like me who doesn't have nowhere in my life you can pinpoint to say this guy was going to win a life. Not one thing you can pinpoint. Nothing. Not one thing can pinpoint. That's why I believe in capitalism. Versus my family believed in communism. My family believed in socialism. Now I'm like, listen, just leave me alone. Let me see what I can do. If my market's 50, I'm good. I'm happy because I'm giving my best. If my market pays 75, I'm happy because I'm giving my best. But if I keep bringing value to the marketplace, all of a sudden an opportunity is going to come up. And you can't predict that opportunity. All of a sudden, someone's going to say, you know what? We're going to do this project. I want you to be a part of it. Here's how it's going to work out. And boom, your name pops up. What the hell just happened here? Because behind closed doors, rather than throwing the towel, you're giving your best. Capitalism work. It's those who don't work that hate capitalism, unfortunately. Those who don't work and don't improve. Some say, I work my ass off, but they don't read books. It's those two criterias. You got to work, you got to improve, you got to have a decent attitude. If nothing about what I said has to do with my last name, nothing with what I said has to do with the school I went to, nothing with what I said has to do with certain, God-giving, nothing with what I said has to do with that. Formula is very transferable to others. I don't jump 46 inches. My name is not LeBron James and I jump 46 inches. I'm not that guy, okay? I'm not a statistician that I can just go through some of the stats, that stuff, and I'm Ray Dalio. No, I'm not that guy. It's called work your ass off and improve. I challenge anybody to do the following. Take 4 subjects: sales, negotiation, human nature, and money. Go to Amazon. I will fund this if somebody wants to do this. You do it, you come back to me, nothing changed, I'll fund the whole cost that you had here. 4 topics. Read every book on negotiation above 400 reviews on Amazon, that's 4+ star. Read any book that's above 4 star, 25 of them, 400 reviews on sales. Read any book on human nature, psychology, persuasion, any of that stuff. 4 star, like how to win friends, all that stuff. Then read any book on money with 400+ reviews. Read principles, like things like that by Dalio, by Buffett. And for 2 years, obsess over doing that. For 2 years, obsess over doing that. 2 years later, work your ass off and improve in a marketplace. Figure out a way to improve your attitude. Sometimes half the battle is people have some shitty, negative, unattractive attitudes. They're a crap magnet. Everything is shitty. Everything is complaining. Everything is somebody else's fault. Nobody is turned on by somebody that constantly blames somebody else. Nobody. When I was single, I would go on dates and I would talk to a girl. My last boss was a jerk. The market rewards people who outwork and out-improve. It's proven. This doesn't mean you're going to be a millionaire in 2 years. This doesn't mean you're going to be a billionaire in 2 years. Here's what it does mean too. Your market value is increasing. Somebody may offer you something special next 2 years. Some opportunities come up. You go into a company. How many guys, work at a company for $50,000, $60,000, $80,000? Company starts growing. Next thing you know, they're making 100, 150, 200. Next thing you know, they get shares. Behind closed doors, they're investing money into a 401k, retirement, whatever. Then 10 years later, company has an exit. This guy gets a $6.8 million check. How the hell did you do it? It ain't that. And you know how many people have done this, by the way? Not 10,000, not 100,000. Millions have done this.
Do you show up on time and are you obedient? That's all we care about in education anymore. We don't actually care about teaching anybody anything. This is why Jeff Bezos wants all of his employees to go to college. Do you show up on time? Are you obedient? Then you will graduate. Then you will move on to another school where you can, as long as you pay money and you show up on time and you're obedient, you'll get your certificate that says I'm now allowed to earn money when you're $100,000 in debt. When you're $100,000 in debt, it makes you a lot easier to control in that environment. And listen, we got a show coming up where there's a big conversation between the difference between a gangster and a racketeer.
Yeah.
And a gangster can be a racketeer, but a racketeer can't be a gangster. That's the debate. I think hunters can be gatherers. I don't know if gatherers can be hunters.
You know how sometimes, a woman marries up, but they can't keep the guy. And sometimes a man marries up, but he can't keep her. If you're a hunter, gatherer, whatever you may be, you're a hunter, you're a gatherer, whoever you may be, it's your job, if you're a gatherer, to team up with a hunter. And if you're a hunter, it's your job to find the right supporters. I'm not sitting here saying everybody is the same. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not saying everybody's an alpha. Not at all. I think there are people that are not alpha that are richer than alphas, though, because there's a lot of alphas that have terrible attitude that cannot coexist around other people because they keep getting in their own way. I know a lot of alphas that keep getting in their own flipping way. Sometimes an alpha may need to step back and say, look, I get it. I can't win as a 1. I can't win as a 2, but I'm going to be the sickest freaking alpha at number 4, number 6, and I'm going to crush it. And gradually I move up. What is the whole purpose of being number 1 is that other people with personalities can coexist. If your ego is so big and you can't keep people around you, that says something about you, not you. That says something about the individual that can't keep people. So we're on the same page. I'm not disagreeing with you. But if you're a gatherer, guess what? If you're a person that's a supporter and you read those 4 books, those 4 topics next 2 years, and then you come to an alpha and you say, you know what, Patrick, I'll tell you something. What's that? I read a book.
Thank you for your attention.